I'm gonna be extremely blunt with you. Here are the 3 reasons why you're not losing weight, and none of them have anything to do with your metabolism. This is coming from someone who wasted years and years unsuccessfully trying to lose weight, blaming my body and blaming everyone else, when in reality, I was just making these 3 simple mistakes, and had someone told me these sooner, I would have lost weight a lot sooner in my life. The first mistake you are likely making, and this is honestly the most common, is you are simply just not being accurate. To lose weight, you must be in a calorie deficit, but it is so easy to unintentionally eat more calories than you think you are and put yourself in a maintenance and not in a calorie deficit. You can think you're in a calorie deficit all day long, and when the scale doesn't move, you're getting frustrated, screaming, a calorie deficit doesn't work for me. It does work for you. You're just being inaccurate. You need to take the time to actually account for everything you're consuming and log that as well. I'm talking cooking oils, sauces, creamers in your drink, the little bites off your kid's plate, dipping sauces. Every single thing you consume has calories that you need to account for if you're trying to lose weight and stay in a calorie deficit. Going along with that, if you're eyeballing portion sizes, this is a huge way to set you up for failure. It is so easy to overestimate a true portion size, and then you're unintentionally eating more calories than you logged. Take the time to actually weigh and measure your food so you're eating exactly what you're logging and are being sure you're in a calorie deficit. I know people like to say that they don't have the time to weigh and measure their food, but it literally can take less than 5 minutes a day to track and log and measure your food, and I'd rather spend 5 minutes a day ensuring that I'm 100% accurately in a calorie deficit than to waste weeks blaming my body when in reality I was just not being accurate to begin with. So check your accuracy. The second mistake you might be making is you're not being consistent enough. Monday through Thursday, you are sticking to your calorie deficit and you're 100% accurate and on track. Friday, Saturday, Sunday rolls around and you say it's the weekend, you're letting loose, you're just gonna eat more calories because you ate perfect during the week. Those extra calories during the weekend are enough to throw you out of a calorie deficit for the whole week. I'm not saying you have to be perfect and consistent 100% of the time, but you do need to be more consistent than just Monday through Thursday. Aim for being consistent like 80 to 90% of the time. With help with the consistency portion, just stop being over restrictive. Stop cutting out your favorite foods, stop avoiding things you love, and instead make them fit within your calorie deficit. It's much more sustainable that way, and therefore much easier to stay consistent. The last mistake I see people make is they're truly not being patient enough. We have this warped idea of how fast we should lose weight in our minds because we grew up in a society that pushed being as thin as possible as fast as possible. So we expect very quick results and get frustrated when we don't see it. So ask yourself, if you're being consistent and you're being accurate, are you being patient enough? Have you given it enough time to actually see results? Normal, healthy, sustainable weight loss is anywhere from half a pound to 2 pounds a week, which equates to only 3 to 4 pounds a month, upwards to 10. But some weeks the scale will stall, some weeks the scale will go down, some weeks the scale will go up. So you need to be patient long enough to see the results. Double check your accuracy, double check your consistency, and double check your patience. Of course, there are absolutely medical conditions that complicate and slow weight loss, and I am not talking to those people, but I do think the majority of people tend to blame their bodies and their metabolism for something that is not their body's fault and is something that they are actually doing incorrectly and has an easy solution to do.